Hey everybody, it's Pastor Vern for January 14th, 2021 with your daily update. It's a Thursday, if you're keeping track. I don't know if we need to these days, but I guess probably if I want to end up at church on Sunday, I need to know when it's every day of the week. But anyway, as we continue to move along with our disciples discussion, today we come to Judas Iscariot. Now, okay. I know he's kind of the bad guy of the Bible in lots of ways, but we got to kind of look at his life a little bit and look at how sometimes other people kind of view this scenario. We know that he was one of the early followers of Jesus, that he was the treasurer for the group, that he kept the common purse, that he was jealous of the money that was put in there. I say jealous, I mean he was very conservative with that money, always concerned about where it was going. He had some conflicts between his own ambitions and his own desires for power, resources, wealth, and the message of making sure the poor was cared for. I think there was some conflict in his life on that. Some people say he made the greatest error in human history. But then in the other time, some people say that they hate him, some pity him. Someone had to be the betrayer. There's a few that even look at him maybe as something of a hero because someone had to be that person who betrayed Christ in order for the story to continue and the prophecy to be fulfilled. And however you do that, we should probably note that Judas was following a little bit of a trend that was going on in Jesus' ministry. We talk at one point in Jesus' ministry, his followers were immense, that he had as part of his following the feeding of the 5,000. That was a little bit of a turning point because at the feeding of the 5,000, he started to lose some followers. And the reason is that he was making it pretty clear he wasn't going to be what they thought as a traditional king. He was going to go about his work of bringing reconciliation between man and God in a very different way. And so some people had decided they were a little bit disillusioned with that. I think maybe at that point, maybe Judas was starting to feel some of that. And we see later on that whether his indignation was righteous or not, there was a conflict with Jesus on when he was anointed with the oil, when it was broke over his head, or poured over his head rather, an expensive perfume that was a woman came and poured that over him as an offering and as a I don't know, maybe a precursor to some of the things that were going on. And Judas, mentioned that if we could have sold that instead of have it poured over Jesus, that we could have done a lot of work for the poor, whether that was legit or whether he just wanted more money in the common purse. We don't know for sure. It depends if you want to vilify him to what level. You got to be a little careful about this gentleman because he is trapped somewhere between two duties. One is his alliance to Christ, and the other one is his duty to history to be the betrayer. We seem to believe that that Judas then's life was short after the resurrection of Jesus, after the crucifixion of Jesus, that he was filled with remorse for the betrayal. Some would say, and once again, this is a little bit of theological discourse. Some would say that he committed suicide. Some say that that God allowed him to fall onto a tragic accident where he died. Either way, The money that he was given to betray Jesus was used to buy a potter's field for people who did not have gravesite, as if I remember correctly, and I think I also remember that that's possibly where he ended up. And in that scenario, that was very, very telling because family being so important to the Hebrew people. You did not allow one of your relatives to go to an unknown potter's field if you could do anything about it, because family was very important, and caring for those family members who had passed would have been a priority. They would have done about anything they could to put them in the family burial site or whatever. And whether he was abandoned by everyone or however that worked, it doesn't appear that he was handled with any kind of dignity at that point. So take that for what you think. If you have different ideas, that's okay. Maybe someday we get a chance to discuss them. So I guess for today, that's it. Take good care of yourselves. Watch out for others the best you can, and stay safe. Bye.